Well, hello everyone, and welcome to How You Can Understand God. My name is Papa Walt, and we are going to be talking today about the spirit world. The spirit world is a world that a lot of people have no idea that it exists at all. It's not taught in our places of worship hardly anymore. It's just not taught. It's something that just has gotten pushed to the wayside. And sometimes we read scriptures about we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. We wrestle against principalities and stuff. And people don't have a clue what that is. But hopefully, through this teaching, you will get a better understanding of the spirit world and a better understanding why God created the spirit world. And that's where I'm going to start. What is the spirit world? Well, the spirit world is the unseen world created by God that encompasses the entire universe, and it influences nations and man, the species man. That is the spirit world. Here's a scripture real quick. For by him all things were created. Listen to that. For by him, God, all things were created. Things in heaven and on this earth. Visible and invisible. Now here's where you get messed up right here. Whether thrones or powers or rulers or authorities, all things were created by him and for him. So this is God's doing. This is God's creation. This is the spirit world that I'm talking about. So, who fills up the spirit world? I'll tell you right now. It's real simple. Angels. Those little bitty things that you see on them little clips you can put on your collars, and you can put on your little earrings and little necklaces, and you buy the statues, and at Christmas time you decorate the tree and there's usually an angel on top and all that thing. Angels, that's what God created, were angels, and they are everywhere on this earth. And guess what? They are everywhere in the universe, and they are unseen. How many are there, Walt? I don't have a clue, because it is not recorded in the Bible of how many angels God created. So that's something to think about, isn't it? Okay. So what are angels? Well, they are a spirit being. They were created by God. They have a free will. Did you hear what I just said? They have a free will. And that free will allows them to make good choices or to make bad choices. That's who created them, and that's what they are. They have power. They have intelligence way above man. I think there's a scripture that says you created man just a little lower than the angels. I'll find that scripture and I'll put it on the screen. But it says you created man just a little lower than the angels. So that says they're above us and they're smarter than us and they got more power than us. So that's what angels are. The spirit world was already in existence before the foundations of our earth were ever laid. So, like I said, God has created it all. There is no Big Bang Theory, okay? Because if you believe in Big Bang Theory, remember it ends with the word theory, which means it has not been proven. Where we have a source to prove it, and that source is the Holy Bible. You read the scriptures of what God did in the beginning, and you will see it. Okay. What do the angels do? The angels are ministers of God. They are servants of God. They do his will when he commands it. Okay, what's one of the first things they do? They worship God. They have pure worship towards God. If you read in the book of Revelation at the end, you'll see where there's all kinds of worship going on and where the angels are crying out, holy, holy, holy is the Lord. And that's part of what they do. They worship God. How long do they do it? I don't know. Maybe they do it all day. Maybe they do it all week. I don't know, because again, they're spirit messengers, so I'm sure some of them have some assignments that God is passing out. And I'll cover that in just a minute here. Okay. They obey God's will and they do his will. Now they have a free will to choose to do God's will. Remember that. Always remember they have a free will, but they do what God said do. And they are also ministers to people on earth. For instance, how many of you have ever seen the movie It's a Wonderful Life? That movie was made in 1946. And it talks about a man that's having a real hard time and is just going through the ringer. And he is just about ready to give up on life. And in the meantime, they have this scene where God in heaven is talking to, I think, a guy named Joseph. And Joseph says, well, we got one angel that hasn't earned his wings yet. I don't know about that part. And his name is Clarence. So we're going to send Clarence down to help George over here, who's having a hard time. So they call Clarence over to say, Clarence, go down there and help George get through this mess, okay? That is what we call a guardian angel. We all have one. You're kidding me. We all have one, especially children. How many times have you maybe just, oh Lord, just send your angels and watch over my child as they go on this field trip? God heard that prayer and God answered that prayer. Immediately, that child's guardian angel was sent to that child. Those are guardian angels. They serve man on this earth. He orders those angels to protect us wherever we go. Psalm 91, verse 11. For God, orders his angels to protect you wherever you go. To me, that also says God's watching over you, and he sees, oh, look, Papa Walt's down there doing that job right there, and that's kind of dangerous on that 20-foot ladder, and he's getting a little bit older. He doesn't need to be doing that. I don't know what my angel's name is, but Fred, go down there and help Papa Walt. Just hold that ladder. He won't even know you're there, but just hold that ladder. Can you believe like that? Can you believe enough that God can create the angels and send someone to help you when you don't even know you're going to make a mistake and get hurt? I'll tell you what I can. Let me tell you a couple more stories. Have you ever been sitting at a stoplight in your car and the light turns green on your side and you're ready to go, but all of a sudden you just you hesitate. You don't even know why you hesitate, and the guy behind you blows the horn. Come on, but you hesitate. And during that hesitation, from the other direction, a car goes by. Had you immediately pushed the gas pedal and gone to that intersection, bam, you would have been in a car accident. Is it possible? Is it possible that your guardian angel was protecting you? Is it possible your guardian angel, however they did it, held you back just enough, a few seconds, to keep from you having a car accident and getting hurt? I'll tell you another story down the road, a little bit down as we go with this thing. Angels carry believers to heaven. Oh, I don't like talking about dying because I love living, but there will come a day when I will leave this earth. And we can read in the Bible where those that have passed away were carried by the angels up into heaven. Scripture says to be absent from the body is to be present in the Lord. That means our spirit has left this body. The angels are spirit beings. And I don't know, is it one on the arm? Hey, come on, Walt. Is it two? I don't know, but it says they carry believers to heaven. That's another thing that the angels do. Angels love this one. Angels love to party. Oh, I mean, you talk about a party, especially when one person repents from sin and accepts Jesus. Now, I don't know if they have cake and ice cream. They're invisible. I don't know if they blow trumpets. I don't know if they have some good old music. I don't know. It says they rejoice when one sinner repents and accepts Jesus. Man, I can't wait to get to that party, because when I'm in heaven and I get to be a part of that party and watch whoever gets saved, yeah, I like to have a good time. I'd like to have a good time. Oh, yes. All right. Angels are God's agents in judgment. What does that mean? We will have a judgment day. That day will come. It is written in Scripture. His Bible is truth, and that day is going to come. What the angels will do, they say, is they will come when Jesus sounds that trumpet. They will come and they will gather the believers and they will gather the non-believers. And they will bring them to the place where judgment is going to take place. That is something else that the angels do. So that is getting us started with angels. One more. Let's do one more here. Are all angels equal in power and strength? No, this is just the part I want to. They are divided into ranks. Ranks like generals and majors and lieutenants and captains and sergeants and corporals and privates. Now back to Clarence and the no wings. I don't know anything about that. I don't even know if angels have wings. I guess they do. I mean, I have never seen one, okay? But anyway, they're in ranks, okay? It appears to follow this pattern. This is where you're going to hear some of these words that I'm going to talk about angels have. Archangels. Then we have angels. Then we have seraphim. Then we have cherubim. Then we have principalities. We said that word earlier. Authorities. We said that word. Powers, thrones, might, and dominion. Those are the ranks of angels in that order. So they do have different strengths and different powers. Anyway, I think that's enough on video 1 about angels, talking about the universe being created, the angels being created, who they are, and what they do. We will go to video number 2 on angels, and we will continue to go into the discussion more about what these spirit beings do in this unseen world called the spirit world. See you on the next video.